Merriam-Webster defines atmosphere as the gaseous envelope of a celestial body, such as a planet, as well as the overall aesthetic effect of a work of art. And from these two definitions, I feel that I don't make these kind of videos. Anyway. I was late getting into the show Dark, only watching it last year, but from the second I gave it a try, I was hooked. Before I got any real sense of the story or characters, I was sucked into the show's tone. So with this video, I want to dive into what makes the atmosphere of the show and how I see it tied to the mental state of a single character on it. I'm Greg, and this is the atmosphere of Dark. Let's do this. Quick disclaimer, this isn't a film school channel, and I am not a teacher. Okay, so how does a TV show or movie build tone? It's a combination of, well, everything. Music, framing, shot length, acting, color, everything. Atmosphere, to me, is when the style and story of a movie or TV show come together to make you feel as though you're in the world that they're putting in front of you. And Dark really nails all of this. To speak specifically on color for a moment, I love the way they use it. With the exception of the far future scenes, they managed to avoid the desaturated look to create bleakness. The show's palette is dark, leaning on browns and grays, without shying away from using the primary colors as well. See? Combine that with the way shots linger on characters and the music, and you've got a good baseline for the overall tone they're going for. Obviously, there's much more that goes into this, but like I said, this isn't a film school channel. But like I said on top, I find it really interesting that you can connect the tone of the show directly to one of the characters. It's Jonas. Let's not beat around the bush here. It's obviously him. Right from the beginning, the show has a heavy feeling to it, mirroring how Jonas feels going back to school after his father's suicide. There's spoilers in this video, by the way, just in case you didn't know. As the series goes on, the atmosphere grows heavier and bleaker as the world and plot beats down on Jonas. And yes, it does that to all the characters, but I feel it definitely hits young Jonas the hardest. It's not a hot take to say he's the center of it all, especially in the first 2 seasons. Now the final season is where I think this really comes into itself. A criticism I see of the final season is the fact that like every other scene is characters telling each other that the end is the beginning and the beginning is the end. It can feel overly repetitive, drawn out, and frustrating, and I kind of feel like that's the point. I hate saying that. I hate the idea that you can deflect critique on media as saying that's the point. And if that kind of thing bothers you, like it bothers me, that's cool. But to my point, the fact that we as an audience are so fatigued by the constant repetitions, but then you look at Jonas and he's run down and tired and really just over all of this shit. It's really interesting how the show does that, you know. You relate to him not just by the acting, but the fact that the format of the season is doing that to you. I really enjoy that. All in all though, this is just my interpretation. It's a sprawling show that covers so many characters over so many different parts of time. So the idea that the show's entire style and atmosphere is being built on just one of those characters is definitely short-sighted, but I dig it. It's a fun way to look at the media as a whole through the lens of one character, and I think there's definitely interpretations that work with the other characters as well that sort of fit this in different ways, and that's part of the fun of the show, is that there's so much to peel through in terms of character motivation and plot and seeing how things build together, and I like that kind of stuff. I also just want to take a quick tangent here because I see a lot of people online claiming that if you didn't understand the entire series completely when you watched it, you're stupid. And that's such an elitist bullshit thing to say. Like honestly, like how badly do you have to feel about yourself to say, I understood this and you didn't, I'm smart, you're dumb. Just like the things you like, don't make other people feel bad for that. Anyways, if you like what I'm laying down here or have any counterpoints, be cool and drop that in the comments. I'd love to see other interpretations of the show outside of just the complex timeline, because I think too much media is focusing on that when there's so much other cool stuff to dig into in this series. But that wraps it up for me. Hope you enjoyed this one. And until next time, have a good one.